Hey guys, so we were down in Moab recently, last couple weeks, for the Rally on the Rocks, 2018 Rally on the Rocks, which is a super cool event. If you guys haven't been, you need to check it out. Side-by-sides, people come from all over the world to come ride the amazing trails that there are in Moab. And I always love going and seeing all the different vehicles and the modifications people do and the different companies that are out there. It's a blast, total blast. So we took the 2018 Turbo S, the beast that we have, took that down there to see how it did rock crawling. We spent a good chunk of the day out on 7 Mile Rim just having a blast. The weather was gorgeous. Trying out the different suspension modes and different levels of obstacles. I was kind of worried that the wheelbase would be too short for a lot of this stuff, but it would crawl up stuff that, I mean, honestly, we only bumped the bottom of the frame maybe a couple of times on some pretty gnarly obstacles, and everything I tried, it just climbed right up. It was awesome. So we did this one obstacle. I have no idea which one it is, what the name is, but it was a series of step ups or step downs, whichever way you're going. They were probably 12 to 18 inch ledges, straight down, and then, you know, like a series of steps, right? And it was one that I know I'd been around in one of our 4-seaters. Like I said, I don't have a ton of rock crawling experience, so it was enough of an obstacle in the 4-seater that I would just pass it up with the kids in the back as, you know, just went around it. But in this thing, we're like, yeah, sure, let's try it out. And it was embarrassingly easy for me. It just stepped right up and kind of made me feel stupid for skipping it. Or maybe this machine is just that awesome, but it just bumped right up the whole thing, turned around, went down them, went back up a couple times. Like, it was fun. It made the scary looking obstacles really fun. In Moab, a lot of these trails, whether you're mountain biking or hiking or riding the side-by-sides or Jeeps or whatever, that are just like rolling. I swear they're kind of like roller coasters. It's just a ton of smooth rock, and it's just rolling, almost rolling hills with like ups and downs and curves, but it's all just big smooth rock. And you can go slow, or you can kind of rip on it fast if there's no one else around. So there's a particular section on 7 Mile Rim that was just a lot of that, just kind of rolling smooth rock, and it's like a roller coaster, and you can hit it fast. It's like a weird pavement roller coaster in the middle of the desert that is a blast to rip on. It feels like you're just driving on some weird track, and I mean, your tires will chirp and everything just like you're on the street, and it's really fun. They're a little sketchy because there's, you know, cliffs everywhere, but that was really fun. And the grip it's kind of bizarre. When you go to Moab, you kind of expect, you know, slipping and I don't know, whatever, but the grip is insane. Moab is epic. There are places that you can walk literally right to the edge, or park your vehicle right on the edge of these, you know, 500-foot, 1,000-foot cliffs, just straight down, and you can just look out, and sometimes you can see Moab, and you can see the cars off in the distance. They look like tiny little ants. I mean, the views are epic there. They really are. So day 2 in Moab, we wanted to do a trail that sort of represents Moab. If you've never been there before and you will only have time to do one trail, Hell's Revenge is kind of the iconic trail for Moab. So that's what we did. And it's a blast. It's a really fun trail. Even if you've done it a bunch, it's a really fun trail. But it starts off with this crazy ridge thing that you have to drive over, and there's plenty of room. I mean, they even have these huge like Hummer things that drive over it. But it's if you don't like heights, and I guess I don't really like heights because it makes you pucker. Like you drive up in those cliffs. And anyway, so we did Hell's Revenge day 2. And of course, the Beast did amazing. And one of the things that I like really well about the RZR, compared specifically to the Maverick, since those are kind of the two, you know, the X3, XRS, is the visibility. I was sitting up high enough that I could see over the nose, which is the main thing with the Mavericks. Just really hard to see over the nose. I know with their new locker systems, they're amazing rock crawlers. In fact, I know other people that have both machines, and they kind of prefer the Maverick for rock crawling over the RZR. But for me, I'm not quite 6 feet, kind of an average sized dude, and the visibility in the RZR is, for the slower rock crawling stuff, I really like. And again, those 32-inch tires, I don't want to keep bringing it up, but they make a huge difference. Like, it's just, we barely touched going over obstacles, and only just a couple of them, and everything I pointed it at, it would just do without complaining. It was pretty awesome. The stability of the RZR S, being 72 inches wide now, and we're a little bit wider with the aftermarket rims on it, is super helpful and comforting for me. I really like the extra width of, that was one of my favorite things about the Maverick, is that right from the factory, long travel, right? Like super wide, lots of suspension travel, and just lots of stability. These machines are, you know, when you're getting out drifting and doing some of the crazy obstacles with lots of articulation, they tend to, at a minimum, feel very tippy, and in reality, they can be pretty tippy. Even the wide ones can still be pretty tippy. You can put them on their sides pretty easily. So having that extra width for stability on the high-speed stuff is really important to me. I really like it. On the rock crawling stuff, I found it to be really nice. There were a bunch of the obstacles that we'd be crawling up and over, and even when you get one of those spots where it tips forward or backward a little bit, and you can tell one of the wheels is high up in the air, you've still got so much width and stability behind you or in front of you on your front wheels, or you know, whatever the case is, that I never felt you know, dropping over stuff or climbing up stuff, whatever. I never felt like the machine was going to tip over, and I have felt like that quite a few times with the you know, the standard ones, the 64-inch ones. I like the direction that the companies are going with the extra long travel, the wide machines, because that was a very cool thing of the new Beast.